Yo, it's your boy Johnny Bravo, whatthehype.ca. We in the building. You know, brown guys behind the camera. That's an everyday thing. We sitting down with the one, the only.
KonFiiDent was popping. If you don't know me, I go by the name of KonFiiDent. Mr. What You Know About Love. Out here promoting that single with Tory Lanez. What You Know About Love.
If you ain't know his face, if you don't know the music, we about to get into it, and you're about to get real familiar with everything going on with this man right here, you know what I'm saying? So let's kick it off from the start. You moved to Toronto in what year?
2006. I was in grade 6. I came from Nigeria.
Damn. So what was that like moving here, first of all? Because Toronto's a big city, you know what I'm saying?
Big difference from Nigeria, and I just really had to get used to the accent, like the type of people, and just like coming from Nigeria, all you see is just Africans, so now I'm seeing Indians, seeing this, seeing that, seeing that, so just so much going on. But I moved to Brampton actually, not Toronto.
Okay.
So grew up in Brampton, and then now I live in Toronto.
All right. So when you first moved to Toronto, or Brampton, I should say, were you already making music then, or?
No, I really started making music like 3 years after I moved to Brampton. I was writing and stuff, when we had to like class poetry and all that. Like, remember those back in the days? I was writing and stuff, but when I got to like 8th grade, that's when I really started like writing music and started trying to record, going to my friend's house to record and stuff.
And what kind of inspired that? You mentioned you were doing poetry and whatnot before. Like, was that just like something you always had an interest in, or were you inspired by like things going on?
It was really trying to like just get all my anger out, cause like when I first moved there, right, I didn't have no friends.
Right.
And I also got bullied when I first moved there, so it was like, cause I wasn't from around here, I was fat and all that, I got bullied, so I was really trying to get out my anger somewhere. Music was the only way I could get it out, so that's when I really started making music.
So when you first started making music, like, I seen you at some shows locally doing that kind of thing. That's when I first kind of caught on to you. And it seemed even when I caught on to you, you were already buzzing in the city. Like, the first time I saw you at a show, it was like all lights on you, all the cameras on you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who's this guy? I had to go check him out, whatnot. But before that, like, how did you really get your buzz up in the city, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming from Brampton, outside of the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you really get your buzz moving throughout Toronto?
The buzz really started moving from just making smart moves, just connecting with the right people. And the music game is not really how hard you go, it's really grinding smart and working with the right people.
Grinding smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
You know?
Something like that.
Okay. So for maybe like other artists in the city, you know what I'm saying? Since you kind of went through it and it was recent for you, before you forget and you hit all that stardom, you know? What kind of advice can you give somebody who's on the come up right now in Toronto, you know what I'm saying?
Work, go hard, everyone's going to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that, do this, do that, but just grind your heart out and grind smart. That's my main thing. But it's not even about grinding hard no more, because I learned that like a few years ago. It's not about grinding hard. Just grind smart, and then anything's possible, man. Just keep going hard.
Yeah, and you really learned that, right? Because you went from what, like local shows at like a little lounge in Toronto. We had what, like 250 people in the building, something like that. That was my first hip hop show, actually. My first time I ever been to a hip hop show was the show I saw you at. So it's crazy that we're sitting here today. You know what I'm saying? And then I was kind of watching you, and I'm like, oh, this guy's booming. And then you made a move, and it was like you went to this trip. You went on, where you go, Florida? Miami?
Miami.
Right. So you hit Miami, and then your social media was kind of just buzzing. You're in Miami handing out CDs, doing all your promo down there, and next thing we know, it's like you're posting up like, yo, I got some news. But you wouldn't leak anything, you know? And how old were you at the time when this first happened?
I was like 15, 16.
15, 16. So that's like 2010, 2011, right? Yeah, and that's when you got signed, and of course we didn't know for like 6 months, right? 6 months, something like that. We were in Toronto asking you, yo, what's going on with this? And when you first got signed, it was like, yo, I remember you posted on your Facebook and like everyone sharing it, commenting, yo, congratulations. Like how did that feel to come from, like, first of all, another country, come to Canada, and then make it out of Canada, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people look at Canada like it's hard to make it out of Toronto or Brampton even, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what did that feel like when you got to that point and it was like, yo, I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
Everything was so surreal for me. I'm like, yo, really? Like, it's crazy because it really never took that long, because I came to Canada in 2006, and like 4 years later, I'm in Miami, signing the record, and like, damn,
that's fast, you know? That's
crazy. It's a long grind, but like everything happened so fast that I never really took in. Everything was so surreal for me, so it was crazy.
Okay. So you got signed with them, and then you were dropping records all over the place. You know, how many records on World Star? Two singles on World Star?
Yeah, we had 2 singles on World Star.
Was it doing it on World Star?
Doing It was on World Star. Everything I Wanted was on World Star. We had a couple more joints back in the day that was on World Star.
And you caught some heavy traction for that stuff on World Star, didn't you? Yeah, because I remember like people who I never told about you, you know what I'm saying? People sharing it like, yo, check this guy out. And I'm like, yo, I know this guy, I know this guy.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's crazy how Wallstar was actually how I got signed. So when I was like 16, we put up a video on Wallstar, and then someone hit me up from Miami. He said, yo, I need you down here. We have this label and everything. So it was really Wallstar that got me in this position I'm in right now.
That's
so shout
crazy.
out to Wallstar.
Shout out to them for real, you know? So
Justin.
That's crazy. So then you got signed and you were releasing your stuff, and then you were in the States for a minute. Like we didn't see you in Toronto, and like we didn't really hear from you too much either, you know what I'm saying? You were kind of on the low key. So what were you doing that whole time?
I was really doing the artist development, because a lot of people would think when you get signed, oh, randomly you're doing shows, this and that. But like a few years ago, it wasn't like that. It's really like you get signed, you got to go through all this artist development, practice all your interviews. So I'll be in my crib on webcam with this guy from Pittsburgh, practicing how to do my interviews and all that. So like really putting in that behind the scenes work before you actually step on the scene. So that's what really took me a minute, but now we're here.
Now you're here. So before you got to this point, like you did how many interviews throughout the States? Like countless, all over the radio shows. Even a bunch in Toronto. You were up a bunch of university radio stations, stuff like that. You did a big promo giving out T-shirts and stuff like that.
Shout out to everyone.
Let's talk about your movement for a second. You have the KTDA movement, right?
Yeah, so KTDA is really my brand. Keep the dream alive. So that's since I came in this game till I die in this game. That's all it's about. Keeping your dream alive. Just keep on going. Keep on pursuing it. If everyone still tells you can't do it, just keep on going. Keep the dream alive.
Right. So where can people get that stuff if they don't have one? Like myself, I never got it my hands on one. You know, I wasn't one of those lucky people. So like, where can I get me one of those or something like that?
If you see me, I'm always have a T-shirt for you. Like everywhere, just if you see me at the mall, see me, you'll be asking me, yo, where's my T-shirt? I got you.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
There it is. So you gotta find him. You gotta track him down. Hit him up on Instagram, something like that, you know? So, because we know people. I seen people repping them in public walking through Toronto, and I'm like, yo, is that a KTDA shirt?
Exactly.
My boy's like, yeah. I'm like, you know, KonFiiDent.
that KTDA shirt, I've been doing that wave was so crazy. We had everyone from like Germany messaging me for T-shirts.
Yeah, it was crazy. And you were posting them all up on social media, sharing everything. Exactly.
That's what really got the hype for that song going. So that's why I said again, grind smart, not hard. So
right. And it's really showing and like paying off for you. You know, you just got this single now with Tory Lanez, What You Know About Love. If you ain't heard that, make sure you go check that shit out. Download it, everything.
That's one of my favorite records from me right now. What You Know About Love.
Yeah, like I can't lie, I've been having to do my research and stuff, and you kind of get this interview ready, and I got this song stuck in my head. I'm driving, singing it to myself. I'm like, yo, this is catchy. This is a good song. So what was it like though? Like you put together a hit with Tory Lanez, who's like a Canadian artist that's in the spotlight right now, doing big things. All of Toronto's looking at him for like the next move. It's between him and Drake right now, you know? So how does it feel to work with somebody like that iconic to the Toronto scene and to the whole hip-hop scene in general?
It's not really so like, oh, Tory Lanez, because I really knew Tory Lanez when I was coming up from Brampton. I used to be in his house. I used to be in his house recording, so it's not like, oh, Tory Lanez. So how people see it is different from how I see it. It's different
for you, yeah.
Exactly. So I just hit him up. I'm like, yo, I need you. I called Jay. I'm like, yo, I need Tory Lanez on this record. He hit me back. He's like, yo, let's get in the studio. We was in the studio in Brampton. We came Brampton, did the record, and everything happened so fast. Bom, 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 bom. And then like 2 weeks later, we shooting a video, and now What You Know About Love's out now.
Damn. And you're doing a release for that coming up too, no?
All-Star Weekend, man. We got a lot of surprises, a lot of plans for All-Star Weekend. You guys just have to stay back and just watch it.
Stay tuned for now.
Stay tuned.
Make sure you're on the social media watching what's going on with KonFiiDent over here, because you know All-Star Weekend will be crazy for you. Now, for the future, besides All-Star Weekend, like, what do you got coming for the people? Can you let us know, or is it like, is it under wraps still?
Nah. I'm going to let you know a little bit. So we got the tour with Kurt Banks over in the States. We're doing like 15 cities. We got South by Southwest. We got Revolt TV going on. We got some Revolt coming up. There's so much stuff in the works. But the first move is this tour with Kurt Banks. So
you got a tour with Kurt Banks. Where you kicking off? Do you know?
We're starting off in, I think, VA.
VA?
Yeah, and then we going to New York. So I one of those cities.
Okay. Now have you been doing shows in the States? Like I seen you on some flyers and whatnot, but like we talked about before, I didn't see nothing on your personal page and whatnot. You know, so have you been doing stuff in the States?
Yeah, I've been on tour in the States. I've been touring like months just in the States.
And how does that feel? Because you know, like touring is always like an iconic thing for an artist. Everyone's like, yo, I want to go on tour. I want to do the tour. Everyone like yo, it's so great. Like, did it play out that way, or was it like more the side where the mainstream artists are like, yo, tour sucks, man. I'm always out here. You know?
I actually personally like tour life because like, it's when I was in my mom's basement, all I was thinking about touring. So when I got out there, I'm like, damn, like I'm loving this. World, like, interviews here, doing this here, traveling here, drive 8 hours to this city, come here, radio interview. You don't get no sleep, so it's like it's all really surreal for me. So I love tour life personally.
Keeping the dream alive,
exactly.
Right there.
Keeping cheap chasing that, man.
It's crazy because like just to watch you come up, you know what I'm saying, and like see you firsthand, make it is like, especially like with what I'm doing myself, like we've seen a lot of artists throughout the city who have tried to make it, try to do things different, and you really took a whole nother path with it, even with your music, you know what I'm saying? Like your music doesn't have that typical Toronto sound that's going around right now. It's original, it's iconic. When you listen to it, it's like, all right, this is your sound. You made that sound, right? So, like, how did you get to that point and not kind of get caught up in, like, the mainstream wave of what's going on and, like, not so much what people want to hear, but, like, that top 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, and stick to your own thing and make it hot at the same time, you know?
It was really a bunch of, like, mixing, like, because I wasn't born in Canada, so I spent, like, 13 years out of my life in Africa. And then when I came here, I mixed the African sound with the Canadian sound. And when I was in America, I learned this American slang, this lingo in America. So it was just everything just combined together and doing all my research, and that's how I just came up with this KonFiiDent sound.
So you brought together like the best of everything you've been doing, put it together to make it your own.
Exactly. That's really what it was.
And with the name KonFiiDent, like how did you come with that name? Like I know everyone thinks of confidence, right? Like when they think confident, but you spell it like KonFiiDent. So how did you come up with that? Like
it was just confident when I started rapping. Like my whole approach to like I was like, okay, if I really want people to really perceive me as this artist, I gotta be like confident myself. Like so because I was always this shy guy, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta stop being that shy guy and start being like this confident. So I'm like, okay, confident. Then I started just putting it together. Okay, confident, and then to make it really different, because I knew if you type confident, KonFiDent on Google, like there's so much stuff going on. So I was like, okay, to really make my brand, my KTDA, everything just unique, I just started spelling it with a K and 2 I's. So that's how KonFiiDent really came about.
All right, because I read something on like I think MTV.ca, and it was like you read like an article or something like that, and confidence, and I'm like, so I got to ask you about that. You know what I'm saying?
It was really just how I really wanted to approach this rap music, and really just approach life. Just be confident in yourself and just be whatever you want to be.
And I think your name really reflects your music in the sense that like you took something that people know is like what you need. You know what I'm saying? But you put your own spin on it, and you made it hot. Like everybody knows you need confidence, but you did it your own way, and it's booming. You know what I mean? Like when you search up confident, it looks cool, even so appealing to look at, you know. So
it's all about the brand. It's all about just and also spreading that positive message. Be confident in yourself. Keep the dream alive. Just spreading the message for the youth nowadays.
Now I know you mentioned in another interview it was like violence among the youth is a big issue with you, or is an issue you like to kind of touch on. Like what do you feel like with everything that's going on in especially Toronto? You know what I'm saying? Like right now Toronto's been crazy. We've had over 10 murders in this first month, you know what I'm saying? Stuff's been getting crazy. So
I just want people to really get connected with my music, because my music really has a message in it. So it's like, okay, keep your dream alive, follow your dreams instead of like getting distracted and really going back to the streets and hustling and all that. So like that's really my main focus with music, just changing a person's perception on life, keeping your dream alive and just going with it.
That's proper, and it's good. It's good that you have a message in your music rather than talking about like just like the nonsense and irrelevant material things, right? So for people out there who maybe haven't listened to your music before, why not like where's the best place to find you? Where's the best place to find all your stuff, I should say, because we can Google you and find you, but where can we find everything? You know what I'm saying?
You can find everything right now on SoundCloud. I'm really big on SoundCloud. You can hit Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Wallstar. You can find my music everywhere on the internet, but SoundCloud for sure. Follow me on SoundCloud. KonFiiDent 2 I's.
And now, like for fans or like, what about other artists? Because we work with a lot of artists throughout the city and the U.S. What about if an artist or fans, somebody wants to get in contact with you? How can they get in contact with you regarding like bookings or something like that? Features, something like that? Directly
hit me up on Twitter. I run my Instagram accounts now, so hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, email me, KTKonfidentBooking@hotmail.com.
You're easy to get a hold of, is what you're saying.
I'm ready to work, man, so just hit me up, man. If your stuff's dope, we'll run with it.
As an artist, how do you feel like how do you feel in regards to having a team? How important is it to make sure your team is there and that you got a strong team?
You definitely have to have a strong team because, like, there's so much people in this industry you'll meet. I'll tell you, oh, I got this for you. Oh, come roll with me. You're my guy. Let's do this and do that. But it's not a lot of people that's really like about what they're saying. So
right.
Your team behind you is the people that can really push you to where you need to be. So you gotta have the strong team. You gotta have the right people behind you. So like that, my team personally is KTDA. So all my niggas are at the KTDA shit. So like. It's just really having the right team behind you.
So you're with Global Power Music Group right now, right?
Shout out to GPMG.
Dope. So you signed with them in 2014?
2014.
2014. So in the future, like, are we going to possibly see... They're an independent label.
Yeah.
Are we going to possibly see maybe branch off into your own independent thing with the whole KTDA thing, you know?
It's always gonna be KTDA, GPNG forever, man.
Yeah,
you know me, I'm
like
loyal
that?
to my team, man.
Okay, that's good to hear because loyalty at the end of the day is a big part of this thing, right? And if you've got a good team, definitely trying to leave it, right? So that's hot. Now, maybe in the next month, we know you're in the city for a little bit.
Yeah.
Where can people, like, besides All-Star Weekend, can people catch you anywhere else? Because I know it's going to be hard to get up in there All-Star Weekend. I personally am having trouble getting tickets myself right now. So what about if people want to come see you, like your Toronto people? Where can we come see you perform? You're going to be coming doing some shows for us?
I'm gonna be at the Tory Lanez street show. So you might see me on the mic on that day.
Okay.
But I'm usually working. I'm always at home. Either I'm editing videos or I'm in the studio recording, doing
Jack
this.
of all trades.
So like you really won't see me on the streets like that, but you might see me at a mall or something. But for now, the most important place I'm gonna be at is on the 14th, February 14th. I'm gonna be hosting What You Know About Love release party. So
okay, and then maybe in the future we'll get a hometown hero kind of show, something like that. So
Toronto's my city, man. Toronto made me who I am today, so I'm gonna do something like that.
That's proper. Well, thanks for your time, man. And everybody out there, yo, make sure you guys go get that new single. What You Know About Love. And make sure you guys get to that party if you can get your tickets. I know the booths are like $10,000. You guys seem like ballers and stuff. Spend your rent money, spend it all. Just come be confident, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
Come on, see me. We gonna be repping that KTDA shit, man. What You Know About Love. Shout out my nigga Tory Lanez, man. We working, my nigga.
And that's that. WhatTheHype.ca. We in the building. Peace.
You only want me cause I'm gone and they love me now. What you know about love? Bro, what you know about trust? Yeah. What you know about it? Though I got it, yeah, you know I got it. Got a lot of bitches down to go about it. Nigga, go up in it, then I go up.